Speculating. Number 40 to play trading here, guys. Once again, 4.5 off or 40 off.
Hey, Nasdaq, we get the best dope on the markets. What are we talking here? I know you're going to turn it off right away, but we're just looking at feeder cattle here and cattle. They're hanging in here, okay? We came into this gap, okay? See here? Okay, this was our free lesson last week about gaps. Okay, look at this right here. Okay, see this number right here? 32. Okay, this one's 30. Okay, these are in feeders. Okay, so we were up 45. Okay, then we were up only 13. We are now at 32. Okay, round down. Okay. We're not going to talk about this, but I was just thinking these would be levels that you'd want to sell into, if you wanted to get short. All right, now let's get into juice here, man. Oh, speaking of juice, actually, juice rallied. I had some. Well, in any event, silver. Okay. This was a little tiny olive sell here. Well, anyway, these are the objectives of that. Okay. There's thoughts about that. Okay. That'd be something that you'd want to learn if you wanted to learn it. Okay. But otherwise, silver's at an all-time high. Gold, same thing here. Okay. This is a daily chart. This was the end of October. Okay. We have now made this new high. See, so here, you know what? As a matter of fact, I want to take this off. Okay, the targets of this, okay, these would just be targets, okay? If you're just like looking to scalp, a couple $100 out of here, if that's your trader profile, 48.37 and 4,900 round out a couple bucks. This it's just a ballpark. If you're looking and you're going, I don't know what to do here or something like that. Kind of like this number right here. Why I'm thinking here, do you sell a couple of these things here and just trade around this area here? We were looking to buy beans on the break. This is soybeans, okay? Last night, over the weekend, they could have done some damage. We stayed. Somebody bought it all night long, okay? And this was our break. Okay, this morning, so 1066 to 1061, call it. That's 60 indigo orders, 3/4. Okay, and we got numbers here. We got a trend line right here. This was perfect. Okay, you got two numbers right here. That's kind of perfect. Then you had this downward sloper here, and now all of a sudden this is just triggered. Okay, we just flip a switch, and possibly the selling in beans might be over. Even if we are to continue to break, I like these areas. You got some olives. You're over $1 off the highs. This is soybeans. This would be if you're looking to play soybeans here. Let's go to soybean meal. I know you wanted to see the crude oil. Hang on. Just jump forward 30 seconds for crying out loud. Anyway, okay, so this is the, what is this? This is meal. This is March meal, a daily. Okay, we had this, we had diamonds, we had all the bulls are jizzing all over one another until we had a head and shoulders top. Okay, and this is really like your sell here, like this one right here. Okay, because at the beginning, you'll if you get one of these, hang on a second here. What do we got going on in that? Keeping an eye on this feeder cattle. Okay, all right. I got one guy that's sold it actually up here, right up here. Okay, and still has them. Okay, but that's that's a hedge. Okay, so if you're growing those animals. And this is, okay, here's wheat here. Remember wheat? I was joking around, but not really joking, but we just stopped going down. We finally had an inside day and then another one here. And then we finally took out the previous bar's high, okay, because they're all patterns. And anyway, we come back up here. You got a long-term trend line. You got an orange. You got a downward sloping blue trend line right there. It's the high of the day so far, 618 and a quarter. This is in wheat. This looks like it's an old low. This isn't corn here. Actually, this is a daily. Okay. Because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Okay. I think you want to be buying these breaks. Okay. I would preferably down here, but this might be, this might be new value. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. On the upside, I think if you're a farmer, you're looking to sell this thing, 452, 55, we'll have it at the beginning of the year. Everybody's going to want to sell at the beginning of the year, because they can push their taxes off. This would be a bigger look on the upside here, just in case here. Also, another reason to be possibly bullish is because the crop might have been overestimated, and the government never gave us any data on that. Okay, let's go to this crude oil. Now I had a guy where we were sitting there buying this olive line over here, over here. And you know what? And then we got stopped out, and then the next day we broke another $1. And, the client told me, he goes, I still like this crude oil down here. And this is all we did here, after he got that low punch, okay? And this was a light green or something big, whatever it was, something big, okay, just a pivot. And then next day we hold that, okay? We came all the way up and took out see that 7 right there? Took that out, came back here, okay? And then the next day we opened up there, traded lower, and then this would have been the day to buy it, and this was Friday right here. Just to get it back on, because now you're starting to get back over these old lows, okay? And we don't care. Yeah, drill, baby, drill. Okay, but we're not gonna get crazy. When we get down to $55, we're looking to spend, and we don't care. $2 is good. $2 rally. Okay, so this is the meal over here. This 301.60. It's an old olive line buy here. You got a green at par 70. Okay, that looks like it's pretty perfect, doesn't it? Who was yesterday? Friday's low, 370. Okay, so that's exact. Well, you can't say exact. Okay, well, you just tell me that 370, and that's the low, and that's my green. Oh, what else do we have right there? Okay, if you're looking, okay, we're at 302.70. Okay, so we haven't run away at all here. Okay. Then who knows? We just went out and took out yesterday's high. We could come back down here, but this is also a gap here. Okay, see, that's why I just we had all these things that rallied. Okay, and then on certain areas, because for example, let's just make this up. Somebody got spooked here in meal, because remember, meal was the worst. Like, that was the worst. It was the most bearish, and nobody needed it. They were crushing for oil. And then you get the excess byproduct. Meal is the garbage, okay? And then you got to go sell it. So anyway, so that would be an area, okay, where we're looking to place a bet. And we're buying it, say, here, or buying it here. This was what, actually, I said 302, get one on your cards. Just get one on your cards. Okay, well, you know what? And that was up here. That was wherever it was. And so, because you can always move them down, but at least you got something in case you get one of these wild days, and you go down there and they're great buys. So anyway, so that's an area there, 299.80. You could put a stop under the buck, and actually this is probably either going to hold or fold, but you do have a gap right there. That's in meal. Okay, so this is just some color. 618 in the, I'm sorry, 518, 618, 618. Wait, Ivy, we want that. Okay, here we go. 1006 bar here in the stocks. Just wanted to check something here for someone. Okay. Very unexciting. Is this going to lose its fizzle? We don't know. Could it to be like one of these? Absolutely. Here, let's look at this. Let's go to... Okay, a little longer term chart. Okay. All right. So, so that's kind of exciting. And then on the way down, you got the government closed. Nobody knows what's going on. And then all of a sudden, You throw out that the funds are long, still long, 130. Something seems fishy. Something seems fishy that the funds would just buy that much soybeans. What a great way to transfer some big money, though, isn't it? You know, like at $5,000 per penny, you know, or per dollar. But you know, just and we are on a dollar break, so. So anyway, and I think that's all we got here. Here, let's we'll look at the S&P here. What is my time here? Wow, we're only on 11 minutes. Okay, this is just, you know, this is just a range here. It was October highs here also. Okay, so just in general, we had meats that made all-time highs. We had the stock market that made all-time highs. Now here, listen, we were a rock's throw away from it. This was, as a matter of fact, it was last Friday. Yeah, I was off. Yeah, this was Friday, this big down day. It was down 1%. And then what was it? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then here Thursday, Friday, and then today is Monday. Okay. So we got in a monthly close right up here. It looks like, what is that, 35, 69.35, call it. We're at 26. So that would be in stocks. You know what? Let's go look. Well, here. You know what? Let's go just take a peek at bonds here. I don't want to talk about bonds. Bonds are doing nothing. Okay, bonds are doing nothing. Here is, this is the 10-year. This is the 10-year. This does not justify it. This is the Russell. Okay, this is the Russell. We went up and made an all-time high here in December. Now we're back under all these lows. And actually, you know what? What was that high back here? Okay. You know, it's just not that impressive. We'll see, though. You know, we'll see. Trump's Trump's been right about everything. And if you disagree with that, email me. What's he been wrong on? So this is the short-term rates. 97 would be 3%. Okay, this is in the futures. This is 4. Okay, because it's inverse. It's kind of like when the bonds now, except now they dumb it down for everybody to. Let's go here. Let's look at this here. This is at 208%. Okay. So, you know what? I want to mark this. What is this? This is a daily. Okay. Let's just mark this. I am going to put this. Hang on. Okay. So, this is a chart right here. Look. Okay, right here. Plus 45. Okay, down here. See it? Plus 15. We're at plus 32. It's right here. Okay, like we come up here and we kiss this and then we sell off again. You got to have a new buy stop there, but that's what this looks like. Okay, so this is, these are April cattle, okay? If the numbers are in the right-hand column, okay, you'll have some numbers there, okay? This is just a little over by sequence diamond. Respect higher, but into gap. Okay, this has been here for a while. This has been here forever. Okay, so we're into this area. We got into this gap here. Okay, you can see we got something going up there at 31.57, which that's exactly the high of the day. Okay, look at top or left hand corner, 31.57. Okay, where's this bitch come from? Okay. See, from here, this low to here it held. Okay, here whatever, and here we're rallying up to it. Everybody's cleaned it off their charts so they're just nice and new, you know. Instead, here it's the high of the day. Okay, and I think you sell it with a buy stop above it. I think you sell it here, 231.37. I think you're selling it here, man. If you're growing cattle, if you're a MAGA guy growing cattle, if you're one of these fucking foreign outfits, JBS, okay, go fuck yourselves. But if you're an American farmer, I think you're selling this. You just, what? I don't know. I think it's over. Oh yeah, where's the quarterly? Actually, where's September? Okay. 238. Okay, that was the quarterly. Okay, September. Okay, so we have a. Now listen, they might try to gun this thing. Okay, for a mark to market, but still, it appears, barring an $8 rally, you might have a mark down. Okay, market to market. Okay, your position's marked to the market. Okay, these are the guys that have like 10,000 futures on or something like that, 5,000, whatever. Okay, that's cattle are smaller. Okay, these are the players that really use these markets. So anyway, this right here is a seller. I've been talking about this for a month, probably a month, since November, that we would look to sell this gap right here, because it's a big gap, right? And that's why we've spent this time here. And this is giving you a chance right now. And I'm guessing people are looking at, we get over here and we start running again here, okay? These would be some sell orders levels. That's April cattle. Okay. Here we're going to go to June. Okay. These are going to be, you'll be reading about this in 2 months or something like that if we're substantially lower, and you'll go, oh, why didn't I? Right here, 225.50. Okay. These are in June cattle, June 26. This was yesterday's high. Okay. Before the number. Okay. So we did this. So we're making new highs here, but not by much. We got we got a little line going down there. Caught over here. It's right here. Okay. I say you sell it with a buy stop right over here. 226.15. I'm just throwing it out there. Because and that is there because if I was given because here's the point. Because you can put your buy stop over that blue. 225.77. Okay? For a trader, okay? You could be just an average schmo investor, okay? And you're just like, okay, yeah, that's sophisticated enough to know how to play a short and how dangerous being short can be, okay? That you just have a buy stop somewhere there, That's what I do. I quantify it where you could put a buy stop over these levels because I got nothing here. No, listen. Yeah, really. No, I got nothing here. There's nothing here, So if you were to get over here, maybe something else is going on here, And but otherwise, here we are the week before Christmas. This is a shortened week. So, okay. I think we're going to end this, but I'm going to do another one because I'd like to get into the metals, the copper. Haven't looked at copper for a while, and we could look at RBOBs. And so if you need something, ARP at NASDOG.com. Thanks for watching. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk.